Hey everybody, welcome back to round 2 here at GameSwap Mason.
Hi, I'm here. My name's Justin. That's Kyle. We're going to commentate Jun versus Blue White Flicker. Do you know what Blue White Flicker is?
Yeah, so it seems like it's a blue-white mid-range deck that uses things like Wall of Omens and Stonehorn Dignitary,
Hmm.
along with Restoration Angel for value.
Did you know?
So, seems sweet.
Yeah. Do you know what Stonehorn Dignitary is? You know the name, but do you know what it does?
Yeah, it makes your opponent skip their combat step.
Yeah, 3 mana 1/4s. They're great.
I have no idea what this card in his hand is.
Flicker Wisp,
The one all the way to
Blade
the left?
Splicer. Then we got Farrell playing Jun. That's pretty boring.
Yeah, Farrell does Farrell things. But yeah, I haven't seen Keith play Magic in a long time, but he's been playing this deck for quite a while.
Yep. I played him a couple times. He's pretty good at it, but he does typically falter to the decks that interact with him.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to path. That's a little aggressive on the path, but he is going to... I'm pretty sure he's just going to play Wall of Omens here, but he might be trying to get that Blade Splicer in line.
Yeah, I think he's probably just going to jam a Blade Spicer.
It makes sense. He can start comboing off Flicker Wisp into Blade Splicers. Seems good. Ghost Quarter is going to be relevant for that Raging Ravine later on.
Mm-hmm.
If only, Ghost Quarter was actually like Strip Mine. Or, well, not Strip
If
Mine,
you
but...
combine it with enough Path to Exiles, it kind of is.
Yeah. They still get something out of it. We're going to have a Golem in play here soon. That Golem makes Liliana kind of bad.
Mm-hmm.
So Farrell's going to hopefully not want to play Liliana unless he has Liliana into removal spell.
I see the Lightning Bolt, so it probably is both.
Yep. We'll have you sacrifice a dude. What's up, DJ Jazzy Jeff?
How's it going?
Alright, we're going to sacrifice the token. Alright, we're going to bolt your thing. Oh, rip. My thing is dead.
So, land Restoration Angel will be pretty good here, but looks like he doesn't have that.
He does have land.
Probably just play Flicker Wisp and...
Wall of Omens.
He'll do both. Do you think he just plays Wall of Omens?
I think he's just going to end up playing Wall of Omens. So that way he actually gets some value out of his Flicker Wisps.
Makes sense.
And then he also gets to leave Path open. And if he finds another tap land. Ooh, now he gets to leave Mana Leak open.
Nice.
Which is fine. That's pretty good.
Mana Leak's starting to get to the point where it might be dead, so it's nice if you drew it now and not a little later.
Yeah, we're going to discard. Probably get rid of one of those Flicker Wisps. Seems like a little too much to think that both of them are going to hit the Wall of Omens. 2 mana. We're going to play a Scavenging Ooze. We're going to Mana Leak. Yeah, I don't like that one. Mana Leak. Okay, that's fine.
Please, no.
Alright, now we're going to play Bob. Haha. Farrell got what he wanted. He got his Bob into play. That's a good draw, because now he can empty his hand, essentially. Yeah, this Flicker deck plays a little bit more like a mid-range deck, not really control, which is typically how you see the Uwu decks running.
The what decks?
Oh, the Uwu. The blue, white, blue decks.
Makes sense. He didn't even attack with his Wall of Omens before Flicker did.
His Defender it actually can't attack.
I know. I was being funny.
Yeah. But some people might not realize that, Kyle. So we got to make sure that they know.
That's
Defenders cannot attack.
They block.
Mm-hmm.
They know attack.
They defend. Right? And we're just going to see an uptick, a call against command kill on the Flicker Wisp, buying back Scavenging Ooze, replay Scavenging Ooze, and discard a relevant thing? Or was it replay Tarmogoyf there? Sacrifice a dude. Interesting. I guess Farrell likes all the cards in his hand.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright,
Yeah,
wall
we
down.
assumed that he would sacrifice that. So now he's going to kill the Flicker Wisp and make him discard the card in his hand.
Jeez, those Goyfs are so much prettier.
I agree.
Alright, land. I would just play the other Ghost Quarter. I guess he kind of wants to leave open trophy for colonnade if Keith decides to get a little frisky.
Makes sense.
I mean, 7 in the air is not a bad clock.
Mm-hmm.
But can it race the mighty 3/4 Tarmogoyf?
Doubt.
Is it only 3? Instant creature, planeswalker, or
Yeah, I guess that's all there is right now. Instant creature, planeswalker.
No sorceries,
No land.
no land. Really? Farrell hasn't fetched? Interesting. I mean, I believe it. Yeah, he's been pathed twice, so and then Twilight Mire Raging Bean don't find nothing. Alright. Keep trying to figure out some math. I don't like not attacking with whatever the colonnade.
Yeah, you don't like the bluff value.
Yeah, the one I don't know. The bluff value is nice, but I don't know. He's pretty far behind, and I feel like the way he's winning this game is racing right now. So he's gonna need to
So
draw
if you're Farrell
something.
here, yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to. I was gonna say, are you supposed to attack into this colonnade? And
I-
if you're on Keith's side, do you block?
I mean, I think Farrell has a trophy in hand, so I don't see why not.
Maybe he wants to save the trophy for something like a Teferi.
That's fair. Say, it's a fairy that I don't think Keith has.
Right, but I mean, you can assume that a blue-white deck has some kind of big top-end threat.
Mm-hmm. He plays Elspeth, is what we're being told.
Yeah, I mean, Elspeth is much worse
Ooh.
for
Yep.
Farrell. So you definitely want to have a trophy for that.
Yep. All right. Well, I mean, Keith keeping one card in hand is continuing the bluff that he has something,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes it much more likely that he does since he's drawn 2 cards since then. He's gonna eat 3 creatures out of, I guess, Keith's graveyard there.
Seems good.
Yeah. I mean, scavenging using Goyf is a bit of a nombo, right? But it's whatever. I guess I was wrong about that trophy. Yeah, he's just gonna get in.
I wonder how many basics Farrell plays.
I was
Probably
about to
plays
say,
the
does
typical
Farrell
4.
have another? Oh, I know he definitely does have another swamp.
Yeah, he typically plays 2 forest, 2 swamp. Yeah, it looks like he has another forester.
Yeah.
This at least grows the glyph. Gets some land in the graveyard.
He does put land in the graveyard, so it does go to 4. Alright, now it makes his Wall of Omens a chump instead of just a, straight old brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
He's just taking it. That's
He
what,
blocked the
7,
scavenging
9?
moves.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least that's what it looked like to me. Could be wrong.
I think so.
He went like this with this creature, so I thought that was him indicating that he was going to block. But I mean, it's definitely better for him not to block if he draws something like a Restoration Angel.
I mean, Restoration Angel. What else is there? Stonehorn Dignitary.
Venser, if he's playing Venser.
Venser.
No, he used to play it. I don't know if he still does.
I mean, it does fit with his deck pretty well, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, just anything but land here. I'm gonna see his deck do something else.
Elspeth.
Ooh, also would be hot. He did block. Okay. Oh, Flicker Wish.
It's not a land.
Wish he didn't block now. I'd still Flicker Wish the Scavenging Ooze, though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Resets its power and toughness. A little bit. It takes 1 counter off of it. And then you get to chump the Tarmogoyf.
You don't
Leave.
necessarily even have to chump yet. You're getting to the point pretty close, but you'd only be taking 4. You could trade with the Scavenging Ooze.
I'm just guessing from his last play that he's going to do said thing.
Interesting. So he's not going to cast Pickles.
I guess he's trying to hold it. That is a trophy in his hand. Okay, so Farrell's been very patient with that. I think he mistapped last turn then. Not leaving open black mana. Okay. Well, you're going to Ghost Quarter the Raging Ravine. Is there any way for him to activate Colonnade and then Ghost Quarter? Or is that just... No, he doesn't have enough to do both.
Correct.
We're going to draw a Detention Sphere. not a bad one.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea of trophying the Ghost Quarter, Matthew, because it
Still
just
just
forces.
activate it in response.
I'll say, yeah, it just forces Keith to activate it.
Hey, how's it going, Dig Dug?
Hello. Target scavenging use. Farrell says, sure. I was gonna blow it up anyways. Then guess we're gonna play this land. We're gonna crack it, go down to 2.
And then we're gonna play this Flicker Wisp. And
Flicker
then we're
Wisp.
gonna get the sphere trophied. And we're gonna be dead.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that or you just trophy the Flicker Wisp.
You trophy any creature / enchantment. Just not the lands.
You could trophy that too, but he just wouldn't win on the spot because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty boring. Here's Flicker Wisp. Target detention sphere.
Looks like he's thinking about it.
I mean, it's better than anything else, right?
How so?
Does like the same thing. Alright, it comes back, and I'll hit Tarmogoyf because it's the bigger creature. Alright, well, I'll kill this and still have a Tarmogoyf. Okay, that's fine. Yep. And assuming you don't miss your attack step next turn, I'm going to go ahead and pack them up.
I hate missing my attack step.
Yeah, you know, every now and then you just get so caught up on what's on the board that you don't realize that they're just dead.
Oh, I was talking more Stonehold Dignitary.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, that's happened to me. My opponent just conceded after I got to untap with the Skargan Hellkite and 8 mana.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? I was going to kill both your creatures, but you definitely had some draws. And then I looked at his life total, and he was at 9. I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah, you'd be dead.
Makes sense. You were dead.
I was going to kill your creatures, so you wouldn't have been dead, but...
Yeah, I was so beelined on the creatures that I wasn't even thinking about the, just going face.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely been there before. I always have to make myself slow down and think lately.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's that. I mean, it's just, like, on the computer, I feel like I just make a lot more bad plays because, like, I'm not so, like, auto-focused on what's in front of me.
Yeah, you're just throwing stuff around. You're just
It's like, all right, well, I'll just do this. Oh, that didn't work. Well, let's see if I can start to play real tight here and turn it around. No, I'm just, okay, I'm dead. I get it.
Yeah, there was a match I lost earlier today, or a game, not a match, because my opponent played a Snubhorn Sentry, and I had a shock in hand that I was going to use to shock his Dauntless Bodyguard. But I was just like, yeah, that guy's fine. Turns out that was his 10th permanent exactly, and had I looked and shocked it before, he would not have had the City's Blessing, and I would have won that match.
If you had added it up.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Yeah, so I've been playing Jonathan Hobbs' Bant Flash deck
Mm-hmm.
because I conveniently already had all the cards for it.
Yeah.
And man, is that thing an actual just pile of Bant cards that are in his deck, that are in his binder?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll say I remember he said something like on Twitter or Facebook where it was like, I think my favorite comment about my deck over the weekend was Patrick Sullivan just saying, this is a pile of cards in these colors that he probably had in his binder that he is playing with.
Yeah. One of those good old Bant piles. Did you see he put a new list up on Twitter?
I did see that he put a new list up, but I was scared that it was equally just as pile-ish.
Mm-hmm. It's a different pile of cards.
Different pile.
He looked back through the binder, changed it up a little bit.
That's fair. I like it.
So what do you think these players are going to be bringing in out of the board?
Farrell's probably trimming down on Thoughtseize and stuff like that, and he's probably going to bring in... Let me guess. What could he bring in? Collective Brutality is bad. He's not going to bring that one in.
Is it bad? Goes Flicker Wisp.
So? I'm trying to think what's in Farrell's sideboard that's like... I'm trying to think what's bad in his main deck. I think the Inquisitions and Thoughtseizes are fine, but I don't think you want them.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than your typical blue-white, because you actually want to leave in your removal spells.
Yeah, you're kind of in this mid-rangey mirror right now, and those are the cards you want to take out. So I would imagine he's going to take out some cards to basically interact with that.
How do you feel about Anger of the Gods? He has that in his sideboard.
Anger is probably fine. I think we're going to see like him go on the Fulminator plan. Just trying to stunt his mana growth.
That makes sense.
And then on Keith's side, what cool blue-white creatures with enter the battlefields can we think about? Do you think we see a Sun Titan coming in? Sun Titan gets back your Stonehorn, your Flicker Wisp, your Selfless. I mean, I think Sun Titan's already main, but boy, oh boy, would that
Maybe
be fun.
some like Augur Bolas.
Augur's okay, but that's pretty bad, isn't it? He doesn't have that many instants and sorceries.
I was thinking the other one. Let me look at the top 2 and get one.
Top 2 and get 1? Oh, the Seagate Oracle?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking of.
3 mana, 1/3?
Oh,
Maybe.
it's 3 mana?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the same mana cost as Augur.
No,
Never mind.
No. I don't think that one can stick around or play with the big boys.
Probably see some Geists.
Yep.
Doesn't have an enter the battlefield, but still a good blue-white creature.
Yeah, it can be bought back with Sun Titan. Sun Titan's a good card. Maybe Vincers are in his sideboard, and that's where we're going to see him.
That'd be cool.
Do you think Vincer would come in this matchup?
I can't really think of another matchup where you want your 5 mana Planeswalker.
I mean, yeah, Planeswalkers are just typically good versus Jund. They have a problem dealing. Like, when you diversify your threats versus Jund, it typically bodes well for you. Forcing them to have their correct answers at the correct time for all of your permanents.
Another reason why the inclusion of Assassin's Trophy is really helpful.
Yeah, so it gives them a diverse threat. Supreme Verdict. That I think that came in out of the side. It's not something like you typically want when you're playing the blue-white mid-rangey deck here, but still pretty good. I mean, just put the wall into play. I like the go through the process of like playing the land, then sacrificing it, instead of just like throwing it in your graveyard.
Right.
Wall of Omens, draw a card, land. That's gonna be helpful. He's not gonna draw like many more of those though.
Correct. He has quite a bit.
Farrell's not doing anything. Oh, Huntmaster. I see that one's in his hand. You think Ishkana comes in for Farrell here?
Probably.
I mean, it does block Flicker Wisp pretty well. Another Wall of Omens. Sure, we'll draw a card. It's a land. I mean, it's probably fine to keep drawing lands, but he's going to want to find some action.
He has a Spell Snare, which could definitely be good.
I'm excited to see if he, gets to snipe anything spicy.
Like a Bob or something.
Ooh, yeah, Bob. That's a nice one.
So we're just going into Liliana? Yeah.
Yep. Probably just uptick. You don't really care about those creatures too much.
Yeah, well, it's a good reason to have all these extra lands, right?
Yep. Starting to get a little tempted to discard the Wall of Omen or Supreme Verdict because of all your Wall of Omens.
All the value that all these walls are giving you.
I mean, they're replacing themselves just fine. I think you just play a Fountain Tapped here.
Can't wait for them to get Maelstrom Pulsed.
Jund doesn't play that no more.
Yeah, they typically play one.
You're right.
I don't really think it's a very good Maelstrom Pulse target either way. I mean, it is going to stop like this Bloodbraid Elf I see in his hand.
Does Brick Wall BB, yeah.
Yeah.
Cast Trigger. What do we find? Fulminator.
Maelstrom Pulse.
Fulminator. Cletus? No, that doesn't work. Liliana. I like Liliana. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
None of those are 2 mana.
So you just attack first, and whichever one he blocks, you kill.
I block. That's a good plan. All right. I like your plan, Kyle.
That was a good plan.
Yep.
I constructed it very well. Sweet. Since they're both named Liliana, you get both those attentions for you, right?
You're a liar.
But they're both named Liliana.
Yeah. So, by that logic, whenever a Kyle loses the game, does that mean like all Kyles lose the game?
They're not in the same game. If I exile my opponent's Liliana, I wouldn't expect the Liliana down on the other side of the room to get exiled as well.
I would. It says all other cards with the same name.
That's fair. Yeah, I guess they're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I should go let a head judge know.
Yeah, I think that's going to be our next argument with the head judge. Similar to the, I'm targeting Phantasmal Image. I just can't really pay for my spell, but I did target it. And Kyle really hates that one.
I think you should explain to the chat.
Okay, so this comes up from, there's an interaction with a series of magic cards, which is very obscure, but it's, what's the worm? I forget.
Glacial.
Panglacial worm, chromatic sphere, that's the one that draws upon activation. Chromatic sphere and laboratory maniac. If you somehow manage, Panglacial worm says when you're searching your library, you may cast this card from your library. So if you manage to have Panglacial worm as your only card left in deck, and then decide to go start searching through your deck, and you have a laboratory maniac out, and Panglacial is your only card, and you go to cast your Panglacial worm by activating the chromatic sphere, by paying for the mana cost by activating the chromatic sphere, you will win the game because of how casting a spell works. Because you attempt to draw a card while you have none out, and Laboratory Maniac says you win. I don't think that's how that should work. I don't really like that, and honestly, I feel like it'd be one of those things that were changed if it was a mainstream interaction. But since it's not, it just gets to live.
Yeah, it's only because Chromatic Sphere is a mana ability. I mean, that's the only reason that works.
Yeah. So, by that, at the same logic, what I always asked Scott, our floor judge for the store here, is, so I mean, I cast like Gut Shot at 1 life, targeting a phantasmal image, and why does the Gut Shot not kill the phantasmal image even though I can't pay for it?
He does have a verdict.
He does have a verdict.
Yeah, this resto is going to be pretty good here.
Hopefully.
He's going to get to block the Raging Ravine and flicker it.
Ooh,
So
anger is pretty
Farrell
awkward.
Did bring in the anger.
Should have passed the ravine.
I'm guessing he didn't because he has the Ghost Quarter.
Yeah, I'll say it's. I'll say yeah, he does have the Ghost Quarter, so I would imagine that you'd want to hit that one. But we'll live and learn. Yeah, that's gonna make this Restoration Angel kind of awkward. He's not going to cast it and then Verdict next turn. But he's going to want to cast it to answer that Liliana here soon.
Right.
So I think he's going to... The best line of action from here would be to Restoration Angel and chip away at that Liliana.
I mean, it's still not going to be a very quick luck on it, right? After this turn, it's only going to be attacking for 1.
I mean, it just dies to Restoration Angel land Colonnade, right? Ley Line of Sanctity. Ooh. It's a bit late to the party.
A little bit.
And Relics, not necessarily very good versus Jund, but looks like he's got it here. So yeah, you can't activate Colonnade, but this turn.
Unfortunately.
So you're not going to want to Verdict. Well, I guess... No, yeah, you don't have the mana to Verdict and pop the Relics, so that way Liliana doesn't do anything. So you're not going to cast the Verdict until after Relic gets to exist.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, and then next turn, if he draws a land, I think he's still on the plan of kill Liliana. Because now he's going to be able to put the Lily to 3, it'll go up to 4, and then Colonnade will put it back down to 0.
Yep. Down to 3, and he did cast a spell, the Relic, so Huntmaster's not going to flip this turn. Woken, he does have a clean answer, but he needs to be able to answer Liliana first. Alright, so we're going to see him go ahead and get in. Imagine that Ghost Quarter is going to hit the Ravine this turn.
Makes sense. The only issue with that, though, is now he's not going to be able to activate the Colonnade if he draws a land.
Yep. So it's going to be pretty harsh. And he's just going to block the Huntmaster, take 2 down to 17. is at 4. So Restoration gets to chip away at 1 per turn now. Yeah, I think Keith brought in the ley lines to combat Thoughtseize and Inquisitions, and Farrell, next leveled them by taking them all out.
Right.
Yep. You can cast a spell, so yeah. We're going to deal 2 damage to the wall, and you take 2, so he's going to be down to 15. If he draws a land, he's going to be able to Verdict and pop the relic, so that's going to be pretty relevant.
Or Sphinx is Rev for 1.
Sphinx is Rev for 1. Does not seem like a good idea. Well, I mean, it might be a fine idea, but definitely wish he could be doing different things this turn, that's for sure.
Less than ideal.
What if Leyline also had, like, the obstinate Bailiff clause?
Or if they made you discard it, you can put it into play.
Yeah.
That'd be a little good.
I mean, it's already good. It's already a little good. Would it be, like, very good then?
Nah, it'd be a little better.
Just a little bit better than a little good.
Yeah.
But not quite good?
Not like amazing. Well, like, pretty good.
Pretty good, but not, like, amazing. I like it. Did Farrell also take out all of his 2-drops? Because, boy, is he playing around the Spell Snare well.
So is he going to be forced into playing the Supreme Verdict here?
I mean,
seems like that's what he's thinking.
Just not casting a spell this turn means the Ravager's going to stay a 4/4. I don't like this because now Liliana's just going to downtick. Oh, he's playing the ley line. All right, that's fine. So I don't want him casting the Supreme Verdict for at least a couple more, for at least until he can get to 5 mana.
Right.
All right, attack. I just blocked the Ravager here.
So would you say this is a block-bound Ravager?
A block-bound Ravager?
Yeah. It's bound to be blocked.
Sure, I guess. That was a joke. It wasn't very funny. Ooh, look at all this value. We're going to do it. Find a Celestial Purge. Ooh, that's a good answer, though. Is he capable of taking the damage? Probably not. Unfortunate that he's not going to be able to clean up the graveyard either. But maybe Farrell gets excited and want to go for ultimate.
He could have taken the chance of popping the relic.
No, he's getting back that Huntmaster. Yep, there's that Huntmaster. Celestial Purge can't exile Huntmaster, so. Exile land from your graveyard. I don't think this game's lined up quite well for Keith. Yeah, so if you did go for Celestial Purge on Liliana last turn, if you could have survived the attack from the Huntmaster and the Tarmogoyf and the creature, which I'm guessing was 10 damage, he'd be going to 2 here. And yeah, now it just doesn't seem very likely that he's able to pull this out.
Right.
But maybe. I mean, you purge the Huntmaster.
Do you purge the Huntmaster or the Liliana?
I think you purge the Huntmaster and hope you draw a land.
Oh, looks like he's going to.
So that way you could kill the Liliana. And we'll pass. Yeah, I think if he just did those 2 things in the other order, it would have been much better for him. We're going to attack for 4 here.
What do these cards do? Nothing.
Still nothing. Alright, so that's just 4. Can I read the other side? How much damage is that going to deal? So if Keith just like casts the Rev for 0 here, the Huntmaster doesn't flip, right? Oh, don't do that. That's not worth it.
I mean, he might just pop the relic to see if he draws like a path.
I like that idea. Did he tap Flooded Strand to cast Verdict? No, he just drew that Flooded Strand. He's got another Plains hidden under the first Plains.
He just stacked him when he tapped him.
Yeah. I'll say, unfortunately, he didn't have the 5th land for a very long time. He's going to get a Hollow Fountain tapped. He's probably going to pop that relic here. hopefully he can find like an opt or a path so that we can cast it.
That'd be nice.
Make sure the Huntmaster does not flip. Alright, and well, I'm gonna go out here and just say it as a public service announcement for everyone. Do not bring in Relic of Progenitus versus Jund, Jeskai,
I don't mind
Blue
Relic.
White.
I don't mind Relic versus John. I mean, it at least draws a card. It can slow down their time of life.
I feel like it's just taking away from your main game plan so much that it's just not good for you. Like, I ask Farrell all the time, he's like, yeah, more than willing, bring it in, I don't care. Like, sure, it resets the Tarmogoyf for a turn, but it's not impossible to fix that. Like,
I'm not saying it's amazing. Like, I bring in Spellbomb and Junmir.
sure, I mean, I think that's more for Colligan's command than it is anything else, but no, it's more because you have a lot of bad cards in the matchup, main deck, right?
I mean, not necessarily. You bring out, like, the 6. You bring out all the discard spells.
Yeah, you don't have that much to bring in. You can go on, like, the Fulminator plan.
Yeah, Fulminator is pretty good in the Junmir, especially when you can buy it back with
Yeah.
Colligan's command and
So you
Lil
bring in
last turn.
Fulminator, Nihil Spellbomb. Colligan's command will 2U buyback Huntmaster play it.
Seems good.
I think that's the idea. Bant Nexus to Fairy 5-0 the Modern League last night.
The Modern League. Interesting.
I am not surprised by that. I actually feel like a reclamation list is going to exist in Modern.
That's
I did
surprising.
see a sweet one though. It was Sultai Reclamation with Nexus of Fate.
Yeah.
I'll say I don't really know what else to call it other than sweet though.
Yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately it looks like Keith is dead here.
Well, you can rev for 1, hope to hit a path, and still die. Damn you, Nexus. Alright. One dead Keith. Yep.
Rough.
Math checks out. The spell snare sat in his head the entire game.
Yep, the only time that Farrell cast the 2-drop was when he was tapped out because of the verdict.
Yep.
Alright, well, that took up the majority of the round. Just as a reminder, everybody, we do have the giveaways going on tonight. We got a Vorinclex that we're giving away at the end of the night. And then we have either a Dark Depths or a Mana Vault being given away
Vorinclex.
in 2 days, depending on how many subscribers we get. If we get 3 more subs, we're at the Dark Depths. If we get 23 more subs,
We're currently here.
then we get a foil Mana Vault.
We're hoping that we can get 3 more of you so we can give this away.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, 3 more subs and we can give away this nice Dark Depths. If we somehow manage to get 23 subs, we'll give away not only the first 2 prizes, but this foil Mana Vault as well. Look how hot this is.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that'll do it for us for this round, and we'll be back with round 3. See you then.
Bye-bye.